Welcome back, my friends. I am so thankful you are here. It is time for us to get our minds aligned with the truth of God. And today we have a truth to talk about that many people are a little uncomfortable talking about for a variety of reasons. And that is the existence of our enemy, Satan. You know, it is the writer C.S. Lewis who wrote in one of his books called The Screwtape Letters that one of the devil's biggest victories, I guess you would say, is in getting us as believers, or as human beings for that matter, to believe that he does not even exist. Because if he can do that, then there are all kinds of things he is free to go about doing that we have no resistance to, no opposition to, because we simply don't believe it's possible that he's doing the kind of things that he can do. And you see, the Bible is very clear that there is this spiritual entity that we refer to as Satan or the devil. The Bible calls him by all kinds of names. But Peter, here in 1 Peter chapter 5, as we wrap up the book of 1 Peter, is not at all slow to say that he exists. We're going to begin in verse number 8 and read verse number 9 to get a little bit of context here. And then we're going to talk a bit about our enemy, the devil. 1 Peter 5 verse 8, he says, be sober-minded, and we addressed that yesterday, what that means. Then he says, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls about like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. Resist him, firm in your faith, knowing that the same kinds of suffering are being experienced by your brotherhood throughout the world. Peter's very clear that we have an adversary. Now, let's stop for a moment. What is an adversary? Well, it's someone who's coming against you, someone who is resisting you, fighting you, attacking you, those sorts of things. That's how he's describing the devil. And he's saying this word picture to give us an idea of what his activity is like. He prowls around like a roaring lion seeking someone to devour. Now, I can just see one of these Planet Earth documentaries that are so popular on Netflix right now. I can just see the big lion, maybe it's a she lion or maybe the male lion, crouching, prowling around, seeking its prey. That is the imagery that Peter gives us. And my brothers and sisters, he does not give us this kind of imagery to frighten us, at least not ultimately. He gives us this kind of imagery to sober us, to help us be sober-minded, as he's just described in the previous phrase. You see, Peter's goal is for us to be ready, for us to be alert and aware of the fact that, first of all, we do have an enemy out there who's seeking, in his words, to devour us, but also that we can be ready for his attacks when they come. You see, we are not to be head in the sand Christians who do not believe that there is any spiritual forces out there against us. We are to be ready for them. But at the same time, I think I should caution in the other direction. Neither should we be attributing every negative circumstance that we face to the devil either. Now, could he be involved in negative circumstances? Well, absolutely. All you have to do is read the book of Job, and you see that in the interaction that went on there between God and Satan, there is definitely a sense in which the enemy, at least at some times, does physically come against us and do great damage in our lives. But my friends, our great news, and news that Peter is well aware of, is that our God is stronger than the devil. And that's something we're going to talk about a little bit tomorrow in terms of the power that's available to us. But let's just wrap it up by saying this. If you have negative circumstances going on in your life, you should be praying that God would protect you from the devil. But from the context of this passage, I believe more importantly, you should be praying that God would make you aware of his schemes that are going on around you. You should ask the Lord to make you sober-minded so that you can be watchful, so that you can be resistant, so that you can be ready for the attack and know how to respond to it. My friends, thank you so much for your support of the Morning Mindset, both through listening and sharing it with others and through being partners with me. If you're interested in being a partner, check out the description in your podcast player or app. And join me again tomorrow.